My name is Dylan. It's been 205 days? I wait for the usual response of, "Hi, Dylan," from the crowd, hoping none of them know I just lied to them. People lie here all the time, but usually you can kind of tell. It's technically only a half-truth, I guess. It's been 182 days since the last time I used, but I've been stuck on 182 days sober for 23 days in a row, I guess. I'm not really sure how this whole thing works. See, a few weeks ago, I was hanging out with my friend Kamren at the town festival and saw something fall from the sky. Before I really knew what I was doing, I found myself running. Not away from whatever flaming object came careening through the trees, but towards it. I keep trying to justify it to myself by saying I had to make sure no one was hurt. And that's true, but it's another one of those half-truths. I ran toward it because it was the most exciting thing to happen to me in months. I'd been cooped up, going from home to school to immediately back home for so long that I was beginning to lose it. It was definitely scary running into a flaming crash site, but my life has been scary for a long time now. I took some centering breaths, looked around, listened, and that's when I found my Taya. To make a long story short, she's an alien who isn't scary until she is, who maybe accidentally gave me the power to turn into any animal I can touch. I tell the group I'm standing in front of a bunch of half-truths about her and about my new group of friends and how working on group projects with them has been really keeping me centered and keeping the urge to use at bay. I don't know if that's true at all. I mean, I haven't wanted to use. Not even when I was thinking about making Dad think that I was using again to keep him from going to work and getting taken by Yeerks. And that's when I noticed it. Some shifty-looking guy was closing the door to the coach's room in the back of this old gym. Except it wasn't just some guy. It was my friend and fellow Humanimal, Kamren's dad. Lewis is his name. I'd known he was in the scene. Cam and I hadn't talked about it, but I'd seen him around at a few meetings, and he really struggles with the sobriety. I'm actually not sure if I've seen him sober at all. Cam came to this meeting and was sitting across the sharing circle from me. He had his hair pulled up inside a baseball cap that he'd pulled low to cast a shadow on his face. He wanted to be inconspicuous. I wanted to check this meeting out because we got info from Bart and Chad about known controllers coming and going from this building. I thought maybe it could be an infesting site, or like an entrance to the Yeerk River. Kamren came for backup. It wasn't unusual to see Lewis doing something shifty in a meeting, but what I saw next did send chills through my body. I saw the controller that stood right next to Visser Three at the Yeerk River exit from the same door Lewis just did. Joan Reese. I don't know her, but the Humanimals did fill me in on some things, and I knew that Kamren's dad and Joan Reese meeting up was not good for us for a few reasons. I stood there gaping, and then heard Kamren clear his throat, and I realized I'd stopped right in the middle of sharing. All eyes were on me.
Dylan, the people around you stare and wait. Kamren looks at you confused, and you see Joan follow Lewis outside. Dylan, are you okay? Dan asks.
Yep. Just thinking about some stuff that happened back in the day. You know how it goes.
Yes. Those things linger with us, especially when we have to put them all back out into the world.
Yep. It's really, really hard sometimes.
Yeah. We all feel for you, Dylan. If you don't want to share anymore, that's totally fine.
Thank you. I think I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get some water.
Okay. Thank everybody. Thank Dylan for sharing. And they thank you, Dylan, and clap. And then he like looks around. Would anyone else like to share? A girl stands up. I would. My name's Aubrey, and I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Aubrey. And then like Kamren watches you as you like walk away towards the bathroom, like a little panicked.
I like over my shoulder go, "Hi, Aubrey," as I walk away.
And he's like, "Hi, Aubrey." Oh, damn it. Watches you go. And you hear her just start to share her story. And yeah, you move off to where the bathroom is, and you see it's in the hallway that leads to the outside, and you see the front doors shut as Joan Reese walks through them to the outside.
Is there any sort of window or anything on that door?
There is. It's like a double door. And then there's like windows on the side, but there's also like two windows that look out, like those like rectangle slotted windows that you can like look out of.
I'm gonna try and be sneaky and dip low and try and look out.
Okay, give me a stealth check. Oh no.
Oh no.
As you like kind of sneak up and like put your hands on like the push bar of the door and kind of peek out the window, it wasn't all the way closed, so like the door opens up a little bit and you like stagger out, and Joan Reese looks over her shoulder and sees you kind of holding on to the door and bent down and looking out as it opens up.
I'm gonna like put my shoulder into the door and then put my hand that was on the door on the ground, like I'm picking something up. I was like, I thought I saw my earring.
Roll me a deception check.
Yep, this is going poorly already. Suck it, Joan.
She just kind of looks at you and she says, "Be careful with your belongings, honey." And she just turns and keeps walking, and you see Lewis kind of walking down the sidewalk now.
Okay. Oh, boy. Yeah, so I will... Is there a room right there near me?
You mean like in back inside the building?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a room there.
Sweet. I want to go in that room.
Okay, you kind of back up and jiggle on the door that's right beside it. You see it's like, you can like peek in, it's like an administrator's office. The door is locked.
Ah, crap. Okay.
I will remind you that you are in like your civilian stuff right now, so maybe you have some items on you. I don't know.
Oh, maybe I do. I mean, I do have my car keys for sure. Let's see. I just want to wait a signal to Kamren that we should leave.
Give me a perception check real quick.
Okay. Really? I have a +5. Are you kidding me?
You don't notice anything. That was a notice check. You didn't notice. So.
Okay. All right. I'm going to continue outside and walk down the sidewalk.
Peek back in, see the room, go back out. You like move down to the sidewalk and you see that Lewis is kind of like stopped at this bench that's like a bus station, and Joan is like talking to him as he's like sitting down on the bench. But yeah, do you just keep moving towards him?
Do I think that they are noticing me right now?
If they don't seem to be paying attention to you at the moment, but you're a good like 20 feet away from them.
Cool.
But if you continue down the sidewalk, Joan will like look over her shoulder as she hears you.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna stop along the building and just like post up and look at my phone, and I'll text Kamren, "Get out here."
All right, yeah, you send that text. Now roll me a perception check as you're kind of sitting. So you notice that Joan does stop as like the door shuts, like as you come out the door, but like once she sees you go to the wall, she'll kind of look at you for just a second and then go back to her conversation with Lewis.
Cool. When I see her look at me, I say, stay around the corner. I've got them in my sights.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't immediately write back.
Yeah.
But you hear hushed tones of this conversation, but you like manage to strain your hearing and you can start catching some of the stuff that they say. Just like coming into the middle of the conversation, you hear Joan saying, I promise you it will get you out of this slump in your life. It'll get your son back, and it's a guarantee. Here. And you see her hand him a brochure. And he says, I don't need another program for me to fail at. He kind of hiccups. I told you, there is no sober living for me. I'm only at these meetings because they're court ordered. Well, that may be, but we would really like you to like it if you joined Sharing Aid. We could show the world that anyone can change with the right help. If you can control your mind, then you can control your body. Don't you want your son to respect you again? Who are you to tell me about what I need to do with my son? Lewis looks angry now. Where is your son, Lewis? Where's yours, Joan? He spits back, furious at the woman standing in front of him. But Joan's face looks calm. The side of her mouth even creeps into a little bit of a smile, and there's a moment of just silence. And then Joan says, Lewis, I know where you're headed. The graveyard. You need help, and you're gonna get it one way or another. She pulls out her purse and reaches in and pulls out a $10 bill, offers it to him. He doesn't take it. Have it your way then. She lets the money drop to the ground, and she walks away and kind of like eyes you as she passes you and walks back into the building. And just as she walks back in, Kamren runs out and like looks around, doesn't see you, turns like in a circle, and then opens the door and goes back in. And as he does that, you see Lewis bend down, pick up the money, and take a bottle out of his jacket pocket, take a nice long swig as a bus pulls up. And he puts the cap back on and gets on.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to walk around to the door. Oh, I'm not going to walk. I'm going to run around to the door, and I'm going to peek in and see if Kamren's right there.
Yeah, you see him like at the same room you were like looking at before. He's like messing with the door, trying to get in.
I crack the door open, and I'm like, Kamren!
Huh? There you are.
Come here.
Okay, yeah. He comes out.
2 options. Dad or whatever's going on here.
Huh? Dad? Your dad? He's in trouble
Your
again?
dad. Your dad is getting on the bus.
My dad?
Your dad is here, and he's getting on the bus.
Why would we follow him?
Because he's your dad. Because he's your dad.
I mean, you think he's got something to do with the Yeerks? He's like, oh, shit. He like looks over his shoulder.
Yeah, Dylan, her eyes go fucking huge, and she's like, shut the fuck up.
Don't tell Savannah.
Okay. You don't tell her that I've been a klutz this whole time. All right, so we're staying here?
Oh, yeah, what's here? Did you find any Yeerks? Oh, shit.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Come on, let's get in your car and then we'll decide. Hurry, come on. Where's your car?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. She's talking at normal level now. Just, oh my god. And opens the door. Come on.
Yeah. As you both get in, the bus does start to pull away. And he says, okay, what's up? What's happening? Where are the baddies?
So I saw that woman, the one woman that was in the underground place. Joan, I saw her.
Joan Reese.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
She was talking to your dad.
That his face changes. He's no longer, like, playful. Why would she be talking to my dad?
She was trying to get him to come to the sharing.
Why would they want him?
Katie tried to get me to do it too.
Yeah, but look at you. You're cool.
Yeah, I'm also an addict.
Are they trying to recruit addicts?
I mean, it seems like it. She said something about how, like, if they can show the world that something changed people, better things happen. I don't know.
Do you think they're going to infest my dad?
I think they're trying.
Okay, yeah, we should go with him then. Like, that's what we did with your dad, right? And it worked out. We thought they were going to get him. We stayed with him. They didn't get him.
Yeah, but she invited him to something, and he definitely declined.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could also check out in here and see if they have any kind of, setup thing. But, like, I am a little worried now.
Okay, we're going to follow your dad. Say follow that bus.
Follow that bus.
And she guns it.
Look. You guys begin your drive. The twilight starts to turn to night, and the lights that line the street roll past you. After Kamren calms down a little bit about his dad and like what's going on, he starts trying to make small talk with you. Dylan, can I ask you something personal?
Oh boy. Yep.
Look, you don't have to answer it, but if you do, your secret's safe with me.
Okay.
Do you have a crush on Zach?
Okay, that's not ridiculous, because he is cute. Like, don't get me wrong. But no, buddy, no.
Well, I mean, all the girls at your school like Zach.
That's true. I do hear it quite a lot.
What's he got? I just want to know.
I mean, again, like he's cute, and he's funny. There's nothing wrong with Zach. Just not what I'm into.
Yeah, you're right. He is kind of good looking. I wonder, but there's like, he's just had like an upsurge in girls like the past week or so.
Really?
Yeah, I think it might be because of that TikTok he posted about JJMC.
Oh. That would make sense, actually.
I'm happy for him, don't get me wrong. I guess a little bit jealous. And he kind of smiles a little bit.
Kamren, come on.
Yeah. I don't know. There's somebody out there for me, too. He smiles.
There sure is, buddy. I mean, we're like teenagers, though, so maybe wait till you're in your 20s or something, right? I don't know.
Right.
That's what my dad tells me.
Okay, well, how do you feel about Savannah, then? Since we're in the tea.
Yeah, Savannah's great.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's a great leader. But
yep,
I mean...
Savannah's great.
Do you like her?
Kamren, where is this coming from?
I'm no stranger to flirting. And, like, I get a good read on people, and I can feel their vibes, and... Dylan, you're definitely feeling her vibe.
Does Savannah have a vibe?
Yeah, everybody has a vibe. Hers is just straightforward. She sees the clear, bright line in front of her.
She does do that. And Dylan is like focused solely on the road straight ahead, not looking at Kamren at all.
He keeps going. He's like, it's like when you like somebody, like they say something that you like, or that you like, the reason that makes you like them, and you kind of linger and watch them for just a little bit longer. That's what you do.
Kamren, stop watching me.
Oh, well, I had to study because, we had to make sure you weren't a controller and, keep an eye on you, and I seen it.
Don't tell anyone, please. Please.
Hey, like I said, I'll keep your secret. And you don't have to worry about me. But if you want my advice, you should just tell her and get it out of the way.
Oh my God, I will never do that.
Why?
What? We're saving the world for one.
Well, I mean, yeah, but best case scenario, she feels the same way. And you two
and
live
worst
happily
case
ever
scenario,
after.
she kills me.
No. That's not the worst case scenario.
Oh God, thanks for that. What's the worst case scenario, Kamren?
You guys just get so awkward and can't work together, and we lose the war, and all of humanity gets taken by the Yeerks.
Dylan visibly shudders really big. She's like, thank you. Now I know what the worst case scenario is. Oh, yeah. I hate it.
Yeah. But yeah, you'll never know though, unless you just get it out of the way.
Yeah, I'll never have to deal with that awkwardness if I just don't do it. You're right. Thank you for your advice. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And as he kind of says that, the brake lights of the bus shine, and you see it stop. Lewis steps out off the bus outside of the entrance to the graveyard. He walks to the entrance gate and starts to make his way through the path of headstones. Kamren notices now where you all are, and he says, oh, yeah, makes sense that he would come here.
Okay. Kamren, I'm just realizing I don't know anything about your life. What, do we need to go?
Well, we've came this far. What if he's going in there to get a Yeerk put in his ear?
Okay, and Dylan's gonna drive to the corner and turn and park.
He was silent until you parked, and then he'll say, also, he looks pretty drunk.
Yeah, he had a bottle with him.
Should probably make sure that he doesn't sleep in the graveyard tonight.
Yeah.
He'll open the door, take his hat off, and put it in the seat, close the door. And he'll say, I know where he's going. So we can stay off the path and follow him.
Okay. And Dylan hops out and quietly closes the door.
Yeah, and you guys walk. Kamren takes you through this graveyard, and you see that there's trees scattered throughout, and there's a few gazebos with benches that people can sit on while they visit their loved ones. Some of the more expensive graves or family of graves have mausoleums constructed in here. You guys stay a distance away from him, but you see Lewis make his way through the winding trails, walks past one of these mausoleums with a big old gargoyle on top of it, and he walks to a pair of graves with a statue in between them near a large oak tree. And as he gets there, Kamren will say, yeah, that's my brother and sister's graves.
Oh, Kamren.
Yeah. He comes here to visit them. And as you all watch for a second, as Lewis is watching these graves, he puts a hand on his head and kind of turns away. You and Kamren just instinctively move behind the tree so he can't see you. And he looks up at the sky and at the moon, and he lets his arms drop to his side and takes a deep breath, reaches in his coat pocket and pulls out the bottle and takes a long drink, puts it back in his pocket. Then he turns back to the graves and gets on his knees, puts a hand on each grave, and then he starts to cry. Kamren just sits and watches him for a minute.
Dylan's gonna let Kamren have his moment to sit and watch his dad, and then after a bit, she's gonna slowly walk up and just kind of put her arm all around his shoulder and lean her head in.
He'll like stay like kind of rigid at first when you do that, and then he'll like lean his head onto yours as he watches, and he'll say, I used to do that too.
Yeah.
I used to come here and cry just like he is right now.
I used to sneak out and sleep on my mom's grave too.
I had to stop, Dylan.
Yeah.
It is comforting to be there with them and to let them know that you still care for them, but we don't have time for that anymore.
Yeah. I wasted so much time trying not to move on.
And it doesn't help anything just missing them every day. You have to live for them.
Yeah. And you don't stop missing them every day. You just add in time for other things.
Or in our case, and he like takes a step away and kind of turns away from his dad. We just trade it for other things that hinder our lives. This war, I can't go to concerts anymore. I can't get a job. I can't go on dates. I also can't sit here and babysit him. I just can't. I don't even think I'm gonna make the team next year, so football's out too. And then my mom's gonna wonder what's up and then come check in, and then it's not gonna be as easy for me to get away with you all. And all that, I can't help him anymore. There's just not an easy choice.
I sat there and thought about how much this added to my life. I didn't even think about how much it took away from all of you. Kamren, I'm sorry.
This power is cool. And I don't want to be like, everybody here is going to lose something eventually because of this war. I don't want to be the pity to be on me, but I love my dad, Dylan, but something has changed in me. I'm one of the 5 people fighting for the rest of humanity. And I'm not great at math, but I know those aren't great odds. Like 0.5%, but that number gets lower if we're not focused. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the blue, so it doesn't matter how sad my dad is. He's not more important than everyone else.
I'm going to try really hard not to correct you, although I really think that you might have red v blued me. I don't know, man. I don't know. I come from a position of everyone counts. And maybe we can't help your dad. Everybody has to choose to help themselves, but we can try.
Dylan, everyone should count. And I agree with you there, but at the same time, we're talking about investing 1/5 of the world's resistance to helping this one person. And if it was some random person or anybody else, somebody that didn't mean something to me, could easily do that. But because this is for me, it feels selfish. Like I shouldn't use my power to help this one person because I want to. Or my time could be better spent somewhere else.
So we shouldn't have used all of us to save my dad?
I think that I've thought about that too, and I think it's different. Your dad isn't as hopeless as my dad. He adds to society. My dad doesn't come to my football games. He doesn't take care of me. And that's fine, I can take care of myself, but look at him. He's broken.
Hey, Kamren. Can I tell you something? Something personal?
Yes.
The last time that I used, I was somewhere alone. Well, not alone. And she just sort of shakes her head. I was somewhere I was not supposed to be. I had been strung out for months on end. And I was at death's door. I was hopeless. I didn't care about anything. And that was the end for me. But someone picked me up and carried me to the hospital. People cared about me. I wouldn't be here. Your dad may not be here one day.
He takes all that in and he opens his mouth to respond to you. As Kamren starts to speak, you hear a familiar screech come from a nearby mausoleum. You've heard this screech before in the Yeerk River, in the echoing through the caverns, the screech of a Taxon. Lewis seems to hear it too, and he stands up and starts to stagger over towards the mausoleum. As he walks, he pulls out the bottle again and takes a drink of this dark alcohol as he walks over towards it. And then he trips over a gravestone and the bottle smashes under his hand on another gravestone, and blood begins to pool under his hand. A second later, another screech rings out in the night. From the mausoleum slithers a Taxon, leaving a slimy trail behind it, its tongue flickering through its rows and rows of teeth. Lewis stumbles back as he stands up into an outstretched stone hand of an angel monument, hitting his head on it. It seems to stagger him, but he still seems to be trying to get away. And then a Hork-Bajir emerges from the entrance and pulls a chain that's attached to the Taxon to his torso. You and Kamren kind of slink behind this tree again and peek out, and the Hork-Bajir says, "Humans see Taxon." A human steps out of the mausoleum, probably mid-40s. He's got a headband with a light on it. Looks like he's bleeding. The Hork-Bajir points towards where Lewis is staggering away, and the human says, "The Taxon won't keep digging now that he's smelled the blood. Go ahead and grab him and bring him back. And the Visser won't like that someone's seen us in this way. We just won't have to answer to that if we take care of the problem." The Hork-Bajir looks around and then begins to walk towards the stumbling Lewis, and you see Kamren is already sprouting white fur and starting to bulk up.
As soon as Dylan sees Kamren starting to change, she's going to start morphing too.
As you start morphing and Kamren's morphing, he splits one way and he's staying low, as low as he can behind some of the bigger statues and stuff.
So the first thing that happens is that my shoulders spread really wide, and you just see muscle on muscle on muscle on muscle until I lean forward on my knuckles, and I am going gorilla for the first time.
Basically, the mausoleum was in the bottom right. The Hork-Bajir and the Taxon came out of there. Lewis was standing at these graves. He walked to like right here as the Hork-Bajir's casually walking towards him and after him. Dylan and Kamren have finished their morphs, and as like you finish yours, you stop dead, look around. We're gonna see if this morph takes over. So you'll roll a wisdom save.
Okay.
This gorilla, seeing like these figures moving into its territory, the mind it's wanting to get aggressive. You though, Dylan, may be wanting to get aggressive too, so that kind of overwrites the gorilla's mind, and you gain control.
As I get control, I'm gonna ask Kamren in thought speak, do you want me to go Dad or Taxon?
If he's seen them, do you know if he's seen them?
Well, he's running.
Yeah. Okay, let's take the threats out.
Got it.
And now we'll roll initiative. You're up first, Dylan.
All right, sweet. I'm headed straight for this first Hork-Bajir. Let's see if I can get there. 30 feet? Yeah, I'm gonna move 30 feet forward.
You can double move if you want.
Yeah, that'll put me close-ish.
All right, next up is the Taxon. And it can move not far, 20 feet. So it'll probably double move as well. And it seems to be chasing after Lewis. The Hork-Bajir will move it here and then see the gorilla out of nowhere. And that's gonna take it by surprise. So it will have the surprise condition for the next round. Kamren's gonna move up. He'll just plow through this fence and get to right here. Lewis is drunk, so he's only gonna move half speed, but he'll double move and get to here. Dylan.
Hell yeah. Let's see. So I'm going to do my fist attack. Do a schmack on him.
That'll hit.
I think it will. Yep. Yep.
This staggers this Hork-Bajir as he like gets hit by your big old fist and takes a couple steps back and looks dazed.
Good, because I have a multi-attack, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that again.
16 will hit.
Yeah.
What's it look like when you take him out?
I watch him stagger back, and then I just come in for an uppercut and knock him right down.
Yeah, he's like in the air, slow motion, and then just boom, lands on his back. He gone. Anything else?
Let's see, the Taxon is really close to me. No, I'm gonna wait.
Next up is the Taxon, who will have to... oh, yeah. Special Taxon rules. Blood Frenzy.
Oh, shit.
So it needs to make sure that it doesn't just eat the Hork-Bajir on the ground. It must succeed on a DC 10 Wisdom save to avoid attacking the dead one. So, boom. Meets
Aww.
it beats. So it's gonna multi-attack the gorilla. First, it makes a slam attack. So it slams its body into you. 17 to hit. So you take 4 bludgeoning, and then as it does that, and you like kind of try to push it away with your big gorilla arm, it opens its mouth and tries to bite your arm. 18.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It is 10 piercing damage. You do get bit in your arm though, and it takes like a chunk out of your forearm.
I'm gonna like roar as it happens, and I think to Kamren, I had a reason to be scared, to be afraid of these worms.
Not anymore, he says as he like jumps over the fence and tries to dig his teeth into the Taxon. 21 will hit for 10 piercing, which is enough. The Taxon gore just explodes over you and Kamren. The green, yellowy, slimy mucus just coats Cameron's white fur, and like you gotta wipe it out of your eyes. And you guys look over and see Lewis he's like running, and he goes to look over his shoulder to see who's coming, like if the monsters are coming behind him, and he hits one of these fences, smacks his head on a gravestone, and just rolls over unconscious. As that happens, a Dracon Beam shoots from behind you and Kamren and hits a tree next to Lewis, and you see that there's one human still left. You're up.
We're gonna see if I need it, but I'm probably gonna multi-attack this guy.
18 will hit.
Okay.
Like, he's still up.
I think that I'm just gonna take one of my fists, take the side of the palm, the side of the hand, and just give him a good belly chop, so it sort of knocks all the wind out of him.
And he doubles over and can't breathe.
Cool. Can I state non-lethal right now?
Yeah.
Okay, because I do want to just like give him a good tap on the back of the head to knock him out, but I don't want to kill this guy.
15 will hit.
Cool.
And that, whatever you do, is enough.
Okay, cool.
He drops to the ground, drops the Dracon Beam, and snoozing.
I'm gonna scoop up that Dracon Beam.
You got it. Kamren like looks over at his dad on the ground and like looks around, doesn't see any other people, beings, aliens, or anything. Dylan, can we give him a ride?
Yes.
Stagger over to him. He's still breathing.
Yeah, do you need me to come scoop him up?
Yeah. I'll get our clothes.
Ah, Dylan is immediately like sullen. She's like, I shredded my good jacket.
We'll get you a new one. This is a cool jacket.
And she runs over and scoops up Kamren's dad. And the whole time she's like cradling him, and she's like kind of trying to check and see if he looks like he's okay-ish.
Give me a medicine check, and you can use your stats if they're better. And Kamren's also like demorphing and scooping up articles of clothing as he does. With the 12, you can definitely tell that he's still alive. He does have like a big gash on his hand that's probably gonna need stitches, and like he is bleeding from his head, but you see like a lump starting to form, so you know it's not a concussion. And as like you get back to the car, and Kamren is like throwing your all's clothes in like the front seat as you're like laying Lewis down in the back, he says, we need to get to Pacific Towers. Right across the street.
I'm demorphing after I lay Lewis in the back seat, and I'm like, not the hospital?
No, I mean, he doesn't have insurance.
But he's got a head wound.
Miko, I think, can probably help him. He used to serve in like the army, and you know.
Yep, let's go.
You guys head down the familiar streets to get to right outside of Pacific Towers, but across the street is Miko's Melisadas, and Kamren like puts his dad's arm over one of his shoulder as he's like getting him out of the car. He'll say, I'll be right back, Dylan. I'm just gonna drop him off.
Okay, you don't need me to come in?
I mean, if you want to, but Miko's might be a little bit mad. I'm gonna wake him up.
No, I'll come.
All right. Here, take this other arm then. And he like throws it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
As you guys get up there to like this back porch that's on like built onto the actual restaurant, like he starts to knock on it loud, and you see a light flick on and hear some angry mumbling in like another language. Basically, Hawaiian has like their own language, right? Like that's not just in my head.
Yeah.
He's saying stuff in like that Hawaiian language. He gets to the door and he says, who's coming here this late at night? And he looks and says, Kamren, Lewis? And he like looks at you, looks back. Is he okay? And like opens the screen door and helps you all get him in and lay him on the couch. And Kamren will say, yeah, he fell and hit his head on a tombstone in the graveyard. He's drunk. No telling what he's gonna say when he wakes up. He always gets like this. He like puts him down. Kamren says, and this is Dylan. And he like looks up. Oh, hey, Dylan.
Hello, sir.
I'm Miko.
Hello, Miko.
Damn it again, Lewis is always... He can't control himself. He has a kid to think about. And he like starts to move to the kitchen, get some like water and wet rags, and he like opens up a cabinet, starts pulling out like alcohol and gauze, and he has a syringe and he pulls it out too. For a whole first aid kit, brings it over, and he starts going to work on Lewis. And he says, he like lifts up his eyes, shines a light in him, and he says, well, he looks okay. I don't think there's going to be any kind of like lasting damage. And like after like the initial first aid, him getting to him and like kind of stitching up his hand, he'll like look over and he'll say, Kamren, I am sorry you had to go through this. Not for the first time either. And your friend too. You shouldn't have to see him like this. He wasn't always like this.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Miko, look, we can't stay. It's already getting late. We have school tomorrow. Or no, we don't have school tomorrow. It's Saturday right now. Looks at Dylan. What do we have to do tomorrow?
Oh, we have that project that we have to do. So technically it is like kind of like school, kind of. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking in my head, and just got it mixed up. You know me, Miko. Yeah, I know you, Kamren. And he says, I can take care of your dad. And Kamren will say, yeah. If he wakes up talking crazy tomorrow, just give me a call, let me know. But yeah, he hit his head pretty hard.
Yeah, he was mumbling some weird stuff in the truck, or in the car.
Yeah, like he must have watched some kind of movie or something. Weird dreams. Yeah. So, let us know. And he says, well, Kamren, wait. What were you doing in the graveyard? And he like looks at Dylan, like his eyes wide.
That's private, sir.
Yeah, it's private, Miko. But if you must know,
Kamren.
We were
Oh, okay.
We were visiting Dylan's mom's grave.
Yeah, that's why it was private.
Oh. He like looks back and forth from both of you. I see. Comforting a friend, Kamren, right? And he like side eyes Kamren. Kamren shakes his head. No, Miko, shut up. Oh, okay. I gotcha. He nods. Look, we gotta go. Projects. Come on, Dylan.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Thank you for taking care of my friend.
Anytime. We all need it sometimes.
Yeah, I'm picking up some breakfast tomorrow, Miko, for our project.
Dylan's head snaps sideways. Oh. And she's gonna turn to Miko and be like, do you have vegetarian musubi?
Of course. Dylan, this is where you got that coconut coffee that one time.
I'm so excited. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, goodbye. Aloha. You guys leave? And as you kind of walk back out and get to like your car, Kamren will look at you and sigh. Hey, thanks.
Yeah, man, anytime. Although you did almost blow it in there. That was pretty funny.
Man, I gotta watch my mouth.
Yeah, dude.
Dylan, this not only what just happened, but what you said is it makes me think. It makes me think about like what this war is taking from us, but we should also remember what we have, because you're right. My dad is going to be gone one day. What are we fighting this war for, if not for people?
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe my dad is worth it. All right, well, I guess I'll really see you tomorrow at the food court.
Got it. Food court.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't tell her anything.
Okay, yeah, we broke a lot of rules.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about tonight in general, but we should not tell her about, like, any of this.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Don't tell her that you love her.
Shut up, Kamren. I'm leaving you. And she gets in the car and starts it and locks the doors.
And he's like, the whole time you're pulling away, he's making like smoochy faces.
She stops and unlocks the doors.
I'm just going across the street.
Oh, lame. Okay, bye.
What do you want? Oh, see ya. And he's just laughing as he walks across the street, and you look out into the Ocean Grove streets in front of you.
I'm gonna call my dad.
He answers. Hello?
Hey, Dad. On my way. Just wanted to say I love you.
I love you too. You know I love it when you call just out of nowhere.
Yeah, don't be weird about it. Okay, bye.
Bye. I love you. Bye. I love you. You get text. I love you. That was so sweet.